Hello, everyone, and welcome to this audio podcast. This audio podcast is part of the Pathogenesis edition. This audio podcast is part of the Torpedo storm and part of the Storm Richter. This is an audio podcast. This audio podcast is as part of a Storm Robotics production. This audio podcast will have an intro into part of this series. So health economics plays an increasingly important role in the assessment of cost effectiveness in healthcare, providing input into health tech assessments and clinical guidelines developed by clinical commissioning groups or CCGs. Typically, it has proved challenging. It's proved challenging to assess the cost effectiveness of services for younger patient groups due to the lack of data that would typically populate economic evaluations. And so, while society may, on the one hand, value treatment priority for young people, a more thorough evidence base is required to support healthcare. Treatment treatment costs in around treatment costs for young people are evident in around treatment costs for young people with varying long-standing health conditions and disabilities. For example, in context of peer-reviewed works, in context of peer-reviewed works aligned to this audio podcast from 2000, this audio podcast. In peer review works from 2018, the example was in around chronic kidney disease (CKD), and where the evaluation of costs and benefits in an economic evaluation framework could aid decision makers as to how best to treat those in this cohort. So the peer-reviewed works looks to highlight the premise or the premise basis for thoughtful investment in the care of young people with sort of long-standing illnesses or conditions, and in around and where peer-reviewed works again looks at CKD, chronic kidney disease, as a basis. That draws this audio podcast in around to the intro, as part of the intro to this the intro to this works and this audio podcast, and this audio podcast again has been part of the Pathogenesis edition, as part of a Torpedo storm, as part of the Storm Richter and another Storm Robotics production.